Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Jen Sugarmeyer, your host of Mindset in the Morning. And it is Monday morning if you're watching this live or if you tune in today. It is Monday morning, and I had an absolutely phenomenal weekend. I hope you did too. I hope you did some level of self-care, something for yourself, reconnected with yourself. I don't know, read a book, anything, got some extra sleep. Man, I slept in both days, which sometimes I feel guilty at least telling my sister because she's got a 2-year-old. And I slept in both days, and it was like you sleep so much that you almost feel a little hungover. I'm- I don't know that I ever felt that way when I was younger, but now I'm so sensitive if I don't get enough sleep, if I get too much sleep. Anyway, it's one of those things. So yesterday I had a photo shoot, and this was an incredible cause. It's Courage for a Cause, I think is what it's called. And it's about giving women of domestic violence a voice, and it's all about smashing shame and stigma. And so they had a beautiful photo shoot yesterday, and I got to partake in it, and I got all dressed up and I was gussied up. I put on this dress. I was actually just planning on wearing some blue jeans, and this is like my favorite outfit. This is very much a Jen Sugarmeyer outfit, just wearing her uh, blue jean jacket and a tank top, and that's that for that. But I actually curled my hair. Usually my hair is just kinky in the morning because I wear it up at night. But this I actually curled, and it looked really nice. And I had red lipstick on and my red heels and my little black dress. And I said, you know what? I really want to go out. I just feel like going out tonight because I look and I feel so good. So that's what we're going to talk about today is going out alone, because that's where I was. I said, I'm by myself. It was Sunday. And it's a conversation that has come up a few times recently with some people, with some friends of mine. And I have some friends that absolutely 100%, they will not go out by themselves. Not at all. And then I have others that are like, wow, we love being out by ourselves. So let's unpack this a little bit. And if you are not feeling so confident to go out by yourself, I just want to talk about how it feels to actually be comfortable doing that by yourself. So yesterday, I made this decision. I said, well, I'm going out. And I did. I had contacted a couple of friends, but it's Sunday night and it's last minute. I didn't plan this. This is, Sundays are a sacred time for people. They are for me too. That's usually when I'm getting ready for the week, and I'm, doing whatever I'm doing. I'm cleaning my house. I'm getting my laundry done, whatever. Not normally at 7 o'clock at night. If somebody calls me, it's like, hey, do you want to go have dinner on the rooftop, or 8 o'clock or whatever? Because by the time I got to downtown Dallas, it was like 8 o'clock at night. So that on a Sunday. But I said, you know what? I feel so good that I don't want to miss out on this opportunity to be me and to be present. So think about, what are some of those times in your life that you really want to do something and you hold yourself back? What would it be like to feel comfortable doing the things that you want to do without relying on other people? Maybe there's some situations that come to mind that you think, oh, yeah, maybe I would have gone to that concert, or maybe I would have gone out to dinner, or I would have, you know, seen that show, or traveled here or traveled there. What can you identify in your life that you have maybe not done because you were alone? And you said, I just need somebody to go with me. Anything come to mind? I remember the first time that I took a trip by myself, and I've taken a lot of international trips and those didn't really faze me, but this was my first domestic trip. And I probably do this backwards because most people won't travel internationally. They're like, absolutely, I need somebody to travel internationally with. And for whatever reason, I have been all over the world by myself, and I really like that. And I remember the first domestic trip that I took. And for some reason, I thought, that's one that I should have somebody there with me. And I was writing my first book and I went out to San Diego and I decided that, well, I was writing my book. So I wanted to be by myself. I wanted that solitude. And there were so many things going on at that time. I was just in this wedding and it was a lot. And I didn't want to be around people anymore, to be honest. I just needed some me time. There was too much women. There were too many women that were driving me crazy at that time, and I just needed that solitude. So I went out to San Diego, and y'all, I'm telling you, this was the most incredible time that I had ever had. I gave myself, okay, I have to write this many words every single day, and if I do, then I'm able to go out. So what did I do? So when I went out, I went to a comedy show by myself. I went walking down by the water. Um, after the comedy show, I went to this bar that has like, and I don't drink, but they have like basketball and foosball, or that's not foosball. What's that where you throw the balls and it lands in the thing? Skee ball. And I was walking by this bar and I said, wow, that looks like so much fun. So I just went in there and I started just like playing basketball and doing all these things. And I ended up seeing people in there and they were like, hey, what's up? And so I went and I sat and talked with them. But it was so much fun for me to just go wherever I wanted to go and do whatever I wanted to do. And I wasn't on an agenda. And if I wanted to lay by the pool all day, I could. If I wanted to go walk by the water, I could. If I wanted to go to a show, I could. I think, did I go dancing? I think I was going to. I can't remember if I did or not, but I go to the club by myself. When I'm in Vegas, I've gone to Vegas by myself. Sometimes I'm there for a conference and I'm not usually hanging out with people from the conference afterwards, depending on what kind of conference it is. But I'll just go out by myself. I want to go dancing. I'm not going to let these things hold me back. So think about, what are some of the times that maybe you've wanted to go out and do something and you haven't because you were alone? And then what would it look like if you did? What kind of freedom, what would that feel like to be able to go to that comedy show, to go walk down by the water, to go lay by the pool all day? And just get the idea that you need to have someone with you. Just the things that you want to do, just be present with that emotion of, man, this feels really good to just sit here with myself and enjoy this moment. Would you be listening to a book on tape? Would you be reading your book? Quite frankly, these are things that you could have somebody there with you, but you can't really be talking because you need to be focused on that thing that you're doing. Maybe you're writing a book. You can't write a book and talk to somebody. You can't read a book and talk to somebody. You can't listen to a book and talk to somebody. So there are things that we can only do as a solo sport. You can have somebody sitting there next to you, but do you really need that person there? Maybe there's a concert, maybe there's a type of music. I remember the first reggae concert that I went to, and nobody wanted to go. And I thought, I don't care if anybody wants to go or not. I'm going because I want to listen to music. I like reggae. I'm going. So I went to this concert. I think it was Ziggy Marley at Wolf Trap in Virginia. Gosh, this was probably 10 years ago. And I went to the concert and I just found a little spot on the lawn and I like to dance and I was just getting into the music and I was swinging my arms and everything. And then, and I found some people and I said, hey, can I join y'all? I mean, I was fine being by myself and I did that for a little while, but this group over here looked fun. And so I said, hey, can I just join you guys? And I had a great time. So think about the things that have come up in your life that you've said, man, I really wish that I could do that, or I want to do that, but nobody wants to go with me. So what did you miss out on because none of your friends liked that kind of music, or nobody wanted to go to that museum or do that event or whatever. Is there anything that comes to mind? So for me, my sacred time, I want us to switch into putting ourselves into the mindset of why it is so special to be by yourself and how do we get comfortable being alone? Because again, I think for some people, we don't think about it. We've done it a whole lot of times. We've experienced how incredible it is. And so it doesn't phase us. I just went to this place last night. I wanted to go watch the sunset. I was like 5 minutes too late, but still, it was beautiful. I saw downtown Dallas and I ordered this Caesar salmon salad. And I just sat there and I didn't even really have like a table. I just like sat there with my food on my lap. And I just watched the sun. Well, it was kind of already set, but the colors were changing and everything. And then Dallas has a lot of really beautiful colors. And so I watched all the buildings light up and they had the neon colors that go around the building and everything that kind of outlines the buildings. And I mean, the skyline is really beautiful here in Dallas. And so I got to enjoy that by myself. And I think I was there for maybe an hour and a half, maybe a little bit less. And I enjoyed my time. So there are people like me that don't really think about it a whole lot. And then I have some of these other conversations with people and they're like, absolutely not. In fact, I was going to a concert recently with someone and we had tickets up front and this other girl wanted to go and there were no tickets up front anymore. And we had assigned seats. Um, and I said, well, there's lawn seats as well. You could always get some general admission or whatever. And she was like, oh, I can't do that. And I was like, okay. She said, yeah, I can't be by myself. Okay. So I can't do anything about that. All I can do is talk about how incredible it is. And hopefully this impacts and just gets you thinking about being alone and getting more comfortable with it because that's what it is. And we're going to be talking a lot about confidence because I've got a book coming out. It's called Confidence is Queen. So that's coming out soon. But when you boil everything down, I would argue that it comes down to confidence. And it does take a level of confidence for you to be by yourself and getting comfortable with being out and being present and all of that. It's confidence. And so, confidence really is everything. It's getting in a relationship, it's building a business, it's learning to love yourself, it's everything. I mean, if we peeled back everything, like what's that foundation that we need in order to do whatever it is, to talk about whatever topic it is, it's confidence. So being alone. So a few of the things. So first of all, confidence, first and foremost, is trust in yourself. It's belief in yourself. It's security within yourself. And it's knowing that everything is going to be okay. So if you want to go out by yourself, you got to know that it's okay. In fact, it is an incredible thing. You just got to trust that you being by yourself alone is enough. It's enough. It's sacred time. You being alone is sacred. I think of like my sister and how much she would probably love to have a little bit of time by herself. She has a 2-year-old, and I don't know that she's going to have this alone time for a while because she does. She's got someone to take care of. And it's a beautiful, incredible, wonderful thing. But she doesn't get a whole lot of her time. And when she does, like when my niece goes down for a nap, my sister's like, okay, hold on. I get, 40 minutes. I'm going to go work out really quickly. And so she tries to optimize that time that she has. But I don't even know if she gets to go to the bathroom without having somebody like knocking on the door or barging in. I know when I was at her house, I went to the bathroom, I closed the door, and then my niece had just learned how to open the door. So there comes in my niece. It's like, hey, that's different. I usually go to the bathroom by myself, very comfortable with that. In fact, a little less comfortable when somebody's in there with me. But that's my sister's life. So it's sacred time. Not everyone gets to have as much alone time. So we need to not look at it as this is something that you and I both own. It can either be scary and intimidating, or it can be sacred and wonderful. That wow, I get this gift of being alone, that I'm able to experience things in a different way because I get to be alone. I don't have to be alone. I get to be alone. We've talked about this word have and get. If you have to do something, it's like, ugh, I have to be on this diet, so I can't eat all this stuff. Or I get to go on this diet. It just feels differently. If you get to, you are empowered to make that decision. If you have to, you're being forced to make that decision. So you get to be by yourself. And it's such a beautiful thing that you get to experience that not everybody gets to have. And the truth is, we're not always going to have someone there. You may be in a relationship and you might think, hey, this person's always there. And they might not be at some point. And we just need to be comfortable with that. We can't always rely on someone else. Now, whether or not that relationship ends, the partner passes away, God forbid, or they're just out on, work travel. But that person's not always going to be there, possibly. And so learning to have that foundation and being comfortable with yourself at that level is going to help you in those moments where that person isn't there. Maybe that person wants their alone time. So we need to be mindful of that. Maybe that person wants to go play golf by themselves or go watch a movie by themselves or go watch, a a concert by themselves. And it's great. It's so amazing and incredible to do things with people. But there is such this joy in doing it by yourself. And so if we're always relying on somebody, then we may be let down, or we may not know how to handle life when that person that we are relying on isn't around for whatever reason. So we'll be able to better adapt doing things by ourselves if we practice it. So it's something that you get to do. It's sacred time. And it's something that we really shouldn't be counting on other people because that's not something that we can control. We can control what we are doing, but we can't control if other people are around. Sure. Would it have been nice if some people wanted to go out last night? Sure. But it's Saturday, it's Sunday night. Like, I can't control that, but I can control if I can take this pretty dress and my red lipstick and my red heels and just go watch the sunset. I can control that. So I did. That's what I did. So, what will you be missing out on? We talked a lot about this. Think about all of those things that you wanted to do, but you didn't because somebody wasn't there. And you might not have even come across some of these things yet. Oh, yeah, I would never go to a concert by myself. Yeah, I would never go golfing by myself. Yeah, I would never do these. And think about the things that you wouldn't do by yourself. And those are things that you could be missing out on because you are unwilling to do them by yourself. And then remember to think about how good that felt that now you actually got to partake in those things. When you get to experience life, how does that feel? And lastly, and we're going to be wrapping this up, it helps you to be present because when you are by yourself, you don't have all those distractions. Yes, I was on my phone while I was out last night. So there were some of those distractions, but I did put my phone down as well. And I just looked around and I was looking at the scenery and it was just incredible and it was beautiful. So we get to be present at a different level when we aren't having all these conversations and we aren't doing and acting and being and all the things. When we can just listen to the music, read the book, look at the skyline, watch the sunset, and we get to enjoy life for the beauty that it has. It's so incredible. So I hope today the message that you take away is that it's okay to be by yourself. It's okay to be alone, to go do things by yourself. You can go have dinner by yourself. You can go anything, get your nails done, go to a concert, travel. You are empowered to do that. You do not need to wait for other people. You don't. So you get to experience life at a much deeper level because it's limitless. You don't have to wait on anybody. It's a sacred thing that you get to do. So we're going to end it there. This is Jen Sugarmeyer. We are live 5 days a week at 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. I would love if you would like, if you would subscribe, and if you would share this with your friends, because that's how we are going to blow up this algorithm. And we want to get people thinking about how they want their life to look and go after that life. We want to be intentional. And so today was all about thinking about what you want your life to look like and going out and getting it, regardless if someone's in lockstep with you, regardless if you've got a friend that will tag along with you. This is you in your world. How do you want it to look? Go after and get it. So I will see you back here tomorrow, same time, same place. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, and think about how you want to show up today and